Hello, folks. My name is Adele Burns, and I am the Deputy Chief at California's Division of Apprenticeship Standards. And the topic that I'm going to dive into here is what is a program sponsor and what is an apprenticeship intermediary. So when gathering an apprenticeship program, you're gathering multiple stakeholders at the table. It certainly starts with employers and the needs of employers, but very quickly you need to be bringing educators to the table to really design what is the classroom portion of an apprenticeship. What is an apprentice going to be learning in the classroom versus learning on the job? And then all of that gets put together and packaged and registered with us at the Division of Apprenticeship Standards and potentially also the U.S. Department of Labor. And of course, we think that when there's a high quality apprenticeship program, you also might be bringing in a community-based organization or a workforce development board that's really providing those supportive services. And of course, we're all here doing this to fill employer needs and to create these earn and learn opportunities for apprentices. And this role of an apprenticeship intermediary is the role that brings all of these stakeholders together. And that's why it's really at the center of this diagram. And so we talk about apprenticeship intermediaries as being the glue that brings together the multiple stakeholders in an apprenticeship program. Now, there's a lot of different types of entities that can step up to play this convening role. And we here in California really have a strategy around trying to cultivate a whole ecosystem of regional and sectoral apprenticeship intermediaries, because we want to make it really easy for employers to sign up for apprenticeship, for apprentices to find apprenticeship opportunities. And we really see that intermediaries can play this connective tissue in meeting all those needs and aggregating those multiple stakeholders, the needs of multiple employers, bringing the educator to the table, registering, recruiting, placing, and supporting apprentices through their journey, and then running and scaling the program. And historically in apprenticeship, it has been the union that often plays that convening role in bringing together the multiple stakeholders. But as we expand apprenticeship into all sectors of our economy, we're seeing a lot of different entity types step up into playing this role of being an apprenticeship intermediary, such as workforce development boards, educational institutions, nonprofits, for-profits. We're seeing a lot of different entity types step up to play this role. So the question is, how does this intersect with this concept of a program sponsor? So pretty much every apprenticeship intermediary is a program sponsor, but not every program sponsor is an apprenticeship intermediary. So program sponsor is a technical term we use here at the Division of Apprenticeship Standards, and our colleagues in the Department of Labor use that same term. And what we're talking about when we say a program sponsor is who is running this apprenticeship program. And most apprenticeship programs are run by a committee. A joint apprenticeship committee is one that includes labor representation. A unilateral apprenticeship committee does not include labor representation. However, a program sponsor could also be an individual employer. So we sometimes have single employer apprenticeship programs. And in that case, that single employer is the program sponsor. But what's really important from our perspective is that the program sponsor is the one that is submitting those standards to us, which include that work process, the learning schedule, and that is registered with us at DAS, with DOL. And so therefore, a registered program sponsor, what they're doing is registering with us, they're signing up new employers, they're responsible for supporting the apprentice through their whole apprenticeship journey. So that the term program sponsor is referring to that role in the registration process. Whereas when we talk about apprenticeship intermediaries, we're really talking about entities that are meeting the needs of multiple employers and serving those multiple stakeholders and bringing together those many stakeholders. So hopefully this has given you a little bit more of an insight as to what is a program sponsor versus what is an intermediary.